Welcome to week 10, our final week of the Being Your Best You Mindfulness Education series. And as always, I am very grateful to the Joy and Work Community and the Joy Fund here at Unity Health Toronto, which has allowed this series to happen. So last week, we spoke about self-compassion and learning how to extend compassion to yourself in the same way that you often extend to others. We're just sometimes not great at extending the same amount of compassion to ourselves. If you missed that session, or again, any of the others, it's all on YouTube and Vimeo under the name Sarah Kim _MD. So I'd like to begin by taking a brief moment for ourselves. And this exercise is one taken from an organization called Greater Good in Action, based out of Berkeley in the US. And this is a portion of the exercise they do. It's actually quite a much longer compassion meditation, but I'd like to just do a little brief one with you, a portion of it now. So taking a deep breath and settling into the surface that is supporting you. For a few moments, just focus on your breathing and the rhythm of your own breathing, not necessarily changing anything, just a rhythm of your own breathing. Let yourself experience the sensation of the breath and the sensation of your surroundings, perhaps the noises in the room, the temperature. And as you connect with yourself and with the surroundings of the room that you're in, picture someone who is close to you, someone toward whom you feel a great amount of love. Notice how this love feels in your heart. Perhaps it's a sensation of warmth, openness, tenderness. As you continue to breathe and focus on these feelings, as you visualize your loved one, with the exhalation, imagine that you are extending a golden light that holds your warm feelings from the center of your heart. Imagine that the golden light reaches out to your loved one, bringing him or her peace and happiness. At the same time, silently recite these phrases. May you have happiness. May you be free from suffering. May you experience joy and ease. May you have happiness. May you be free from joy and suffering. May you experience joy and ease. Just as we wish for our loved one's suffering to end, we wish for our own suffering to end. And as you continue to visualize your loved one, also imagine that that golden light emanating from your heart is easing your own suffering. With each exhalation, feel the light emanating within you, with a strong, heartfelt wish that you be free from your suffering. Silently reciting to yourself, may I be free from the suffering. May I have joy and happiness. May I experience peace and ease. And with that, let's take a slow breath as we settle into today's lesson. So for today, I wanted to continue on this idea of compassion and extending compassion, and in particular to others. not necessarily people that you know and care about or who are close to you, but people that you encounter from day-to-day, strangers on the street, or coworkers that you may not know as well, and also people that maybe you don't get along with, that you have difficulty connecting with. And going back to our very, very first lesson, thinking about what is happening when they are not at their best. Especially right now with the stress, this long, stressful period we've been enduring during the COVID-19 pandemic, with the added stress of the year-end approaching, the added stress of the holidays, the sadness we're experiencing of all, the barriers to connecting with our loved ones over the holidays, the isolation that many are experiencing. So if we go back to the very first lesson, looking at the hand model of the brain, there are numerous stressors that our systems are trying to process. And all these signals, again, are coming up through the spinal cord, hitting the brain stem, where the fight, flight, freeze, or faint responses are being activated. The signals going into the midbrain, where houses all of our emotions. This is where we learn to connect as mammals with one another. And then finally, we have this more evolved area of the brain with the cortex and the prefrontal cortex in particular, that helps us to integrate all the meaning of all this, helps us to decide how we want to respond. But there's quite a bit coming in, and as you remember, sometimes when there's so many different signals coming in, it overwhelms our system and people flip our lids, but we lose control. The emotions overwhelm us, and the fieriness, the fear, the anger, it overwhelms us and we flip our lids. So not everyone has developed a lot of a practice where they can effectively put that lid back on. And this is what we've been trying to cultivate over the last 10 weeks. This ability to recognize we're here, that we flipped our lids, and then try to find ways to put our lids back on and continue to squirt soothing neurotransmitters to the rest of the system as we integrate and learn how to respond, to manage that reactivity. So just maybe keeping this hand model of the brain in mind when you are encountering someone who's not at their best. And perhaps this will allow you to extend a bit of compassion for them and for all of us, and understanding that we are fallible beings. We can't escape our biology, and sometimes our systems overwhelm us. Sometimes life overwhelms us. And really the goal of this series was to equip you with more tools, a deeper understanding of what it does mean to allow the best in you to shine. That your best you is always there. It's just sometimes life, there's a lot to carry in life. There's a lot to work through. But that we are always capable of finding our best selves. Our best selves are always there. And so for this closing session, I really wanted to emphasize how this practice allows us not only to be more compassionate to ourselves and to our loved ones, but to have compassion for all beings. And I would like to do a short closing meditation in reflection of that, of this compassion that we wish to cultivate, to allow ourselves to have a more integrated experience with the world and all that the world brings. So as we let us take this moment, and again, just settling into your seat, feeling the contact with this surface that is supporting you, connecting with your breath, the gentle rise and fall of your chest and belly as you breathe in and out. And let us take this moment to end with a wish for all other beings suffering to be relieved, just as we wish to have peace, happiness, and to be free from suffering, so do all beings. And let us see if we are able to extend this golden light within us, extending to all parts of ourselves, to all the people we love, and to all the people who may be suffering at this time, with an open-hearted wish to ease the suffering of all people, and a wish to bring joy, happiness, and peace to them. Reciting the words, may you have happiness, may you be free from suffering, may you experience joy and ease. May all beings have happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings experience joy and ease. May all beings have peace. And this brings to a close our final session for the Being Your Best You Mindfulness series. And feel free to take a breath as you continue your day. And I thank you for attending and for taking this nice little journey with me. It's been quite a pleasure, and I hope to continue the work in the future. And I'm grateful for having been able to offer some of these little lessons, and hope that it has been beneficial to you.